We have quite a few variations of portfolios, and I know that there is a constant desire to customize and look at things differently for each client. And so one of the question comes up, how does this portfolio look? SR counter trend 2 is one of our staple strategies. If you trade it on the ES and the NQ, if you trade Cobra 3 just on the NQ, if you trade tick count trend 2 on the E-mini S&P, the 1 minute and 5 minute version, then you trade E-mini S&P night trader. So basically you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6 strategy variation. This is what the portfolio would look like. The max drawdown would be about $10,000, $11,000 actually. Not bad for 11 strategies. And so you have six strategies actually. 11,000 max drawdown on 6 strategies, not bad. Here is the equity curve. You see in recent years that max drawdown is less. And we're testing this back to 2009. The trade analysis shows $48 average trade profit, 63 on the long side, 21 on the short side, so it's biased to the long side. Keep in mind that night trader, E-mini S&P is long only, and because it holds trades for several days, the average trade profit on that is higher, and that can bring up the average somewhat. You could go back and add other strategies in this. QS3, it had a good trade today. Gap Fill Master, Tick Pulse version 12, you could add those strategies in there and test them as well. What does the periodical analysis look like? The annual period analysis, we'll take a look at that first. It would be up 21,000 this year. This is with $25 round turn slippage and commission, 343 trades. It's consistent it's actually better than 2017 because we're just in August. And so 58,000 in 2018. And consistent, pretty consistent. And so how much capital do you need to trade this? Well, you need enough to cover the margin for to day trade the ES, to day trade the NQ, to day trade the NQ once again, to day trade the ES here, to day trade the ES here, and to hold overnight the ES. And so since it's about 1/4 the margin on each of these, the day trade margins, you could trade this with 11,000 is your max drawdown. So you need your max drawdown, 11,000, plus your margins. And so if all strategies took a net position, you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 ES and 2 NQs during the day, and overnight at most you'd have 1 ES. And so you could easily do this with 25K as well on these 6 strategies. And so that gives you some perspective on take a look at the annual period analysis. So if you had 25K, what would your P&L look like since 2010? Pretty consistent, pretty good return. Some years almost doubling. Some years almost tripling, more than tripling. 2018 was an exception, but we're at higher point values now, so we could gravitate towards these numbers in 2018. And if you prorate what's going on in 2019, you get about, we're about 2/3 of the way through the year, so about 32,000 would be prorated, a prorated return in 2019. So that's the update that I wanted to show you today based on a new custom portfolio. There are lots of different ways to customize this. You could trade the E-minis, you could trade the micros, you could do the mini Dow, and these are strategies that work in TradeStation, InterTrader, and MultiCharts. We're using MultiCharts Backtester because it's a quick way to test stuff and give you quick results. And so that was a quick setup that I wanted to share with you today.